Hey Leo, welcome to your Friday reading for the weekend, for the holiday weekend. Let's see what we have. Boogie. Oh my gosh. Don't ever name your dog Boogie. It brings out that. Hey, Barn. All right. Hey. Jeez. All right. So this row here is representing you, and this row is representing the person that you're watching the video for, and this is your shared energy. Boogie. Really? Come on. Do you know why I named my dog Boogie? So I had another little dog, and his name was Lucky. Okay? He was 7 months old, and I used to call him my little Boogs, my little Boogie. I don't know why I called him that. Anyway, so if you want to skip over this story, feel free, but I don't, I'm just telling it. I don't know why I'm telling it, but so yeah, so his name was Lucky, and Pebbles and Barney were still with me at that time, and we were going for a walk that day, and this was when I was in Louisville, Kentucky. All right, and I'm gonna shut the door because I can't talk and listen to that. Hey, stop it. Oh my God. Part of my problem is that I can't get mad at my dogs. So anyway, so the one day we were going for a walk, okay? And normally I would put Barney and Pebbles on the duo leash, and then I would take the puppy, Lucky, on the single leash. Anyway, for some reason that day, I put Barney on the single leash, and I put Pebbles and Lucky on the duo leash, okay? Normally we would go out the door and we'd go around the neighborhood like this, okay? So we'd go to the right. That day, for some reason, we went to the left, okay? And we're walking down the street, and there were a lot of dogs in the neighborhood, and it was interesting, and it was notable because I said to Barney, I said, why are all those dogs barking? They were all barking, and I couldn't figure out why that was because I'd never heard that before. So we're walking along my 3 dogs and myself, and I would always say when we got to the crossroads where we could turn, I'd always say to them, you guys want to go on a long walk or do you want to go on a short walk? And if they wanted to go on a short walk, we would turn. Well, all of them were turning, okay? And I said, well, guys, you know what? We're going to go on a long walk today, okay? So we continue on. We're going on a walk, and, we're going along, and out of the blue, this German Shepherd Pit Bull mix, okay, comes out of the blue and grabs Lucky, 7-month-old puppy, okay, by the neck, kills him on the spot, okay, drops him, and then picks him up and runs away with him. The screen door, this dog got through the screen door, and unfortunately got Lucky. Pebbles darted off into the bushes. Okay, I didn't know where she went. Barney, keep in mind Barney, the one that you hear that I have with me all the time when I'm doing my readings, he, he tried to go after this dog, this 100-pound dog. Okay, so I picked him up because when he went after this dog had dropped Lucky in the backyard and started coming back after us. So I picked Barney up real quick and turned my back. That's when the owner came out with little Lucky, who was dead, obviously. And I swear, this is the third worst day of my life. Okay, the first was, my mom passing. The second was my dad passing. And that's the only reason I distinguish those two is because the way that my mom passed. And, this owner came out and, gave me Lucky. And I'll never, ever forget what that was like. I'll never forget that. And Pebbles popped her head out of the bushes, and she was scared, but, she went and she hid, okay? So when we were walking back home, I was carrying Lucky's little body. I didn't feel his heart anymore, okay? And, when we were walking back, I realized why those dogs were barking, okay? And I felt so guilty about, about taking the longer walk. The dogs were warning us, and my dogs were telling me to go on a short walk that day. Barney and Lucky were the best of friends, okay? So I know because I've had conversations with my dad. Actually, my dad, who had passed even at that time, told me that Lucky stepped up to protect Barney. Barney is my best friend ever. Lucky saved Barney that day. Lucky, the reason maybe even I gave him that name was because Lucky saved Barney, and Barney was lucky that day. And I guess I share that story with you because when I got home, luckily I lived next door to a doctor, and she literally took Lucky out of my hands and literally did everything for me from that point forward. I was so lucky that day that she was my neighbor, because I didn't know what to do. And, it just, I'll never, ever forget that, because it's so poignant to me now. And Lucky will come through to me every now and then. He's fine. He's good. He was here for a purpose. And that purpose was to save Barney that day. So, when you think of a tragic event in your life, realize that there's probably a lot more to it than you can even imagine, and because I always called Lucky Little Boogs, that's how Boogie got his name. Boogie, Boogie has been my little, I feel like Boogie is my penance for that whole thing with Lucky. Boogie and Barney are like oil and water. Okay, that's why Barney kind of lives on one side of the house with me, and Boogie is on the other side. They play together. They're fine together, but I am a catalyst for them. So, they fight over me, basically, and, we make it work. It's all good. But, little Lucky, every now and then I've got to talk about him because he was very, very special. And, that story just always, at first I couldn't get through that story without crying. But now I realize that that was just a gift. That was a gift, I feel like, from either my dad, or Lucky was a gift to prevent that happening to Barney. I was devastated over Lucky, but Barney, I don't know what I would have done. And so, Lucky was Barney's lucky charm, basically. So anyway, unplanned, didn't plan to share that with you, but there must be something about that story that, maybe somebody, even one person, might need to hear. So I don't ever stop that when I feel that urge to do that. So anyway, so let's keep going. All right. So again, this is you. I think that all started because of Boogie barking the way that he was. Oh, I can't shuffle these. I just can't do it. So we got to shuffle like this. My hands are very small. They may look short and pudgy on camera, but they actually are very small. That's, yeah. Okay, so let's see. All right. All right, so let's start with you. What do we have for you? We've got temptation and lack. Okay, you can see the number 15. This is reminiscent of the Devil card, okay? And so you might be in the energy of there's a lot of temptation towards this person, but there's something around lack, something that you feel is lacking, or you just feel the lack of this person being in your presence. So let's see what else is going on here. Okay, yeah. All right, so you are feeling a lot of sexual energy towards this person. Okay, a lot of fiery sexual energy. It might be at that heightened state because it might feel very new to you as well. All right. All right, so let's see what else. Okay, so we've got the wheel here. So I feel like you feel like, it's like there's divine timing involved here. So you feel like, gosh, right now it feels like the right time. It feels very sexy. It feels very right. It feels like the right time, and it might be. But anytime that you're in this energy of lack, which means you feel like you don't have something that you want, and that really can be desire as well. So temptation and desire, is like temptation and lack, because whatever it is that you want isn't necessarily in front of you right now, okay? And that could be hindering, this divine timing from coming in. There's a lot of pent-up sexual energy towards this person. There's no doubt. And what do we have here? 10 of Wands. So this temptation and lack, this high sexual energy, this is a huge burden for you, okay? Because you feel like you're not getting what it is that you want. You feel like what you want is being withheld from you. And I don't feel like that's the case because the wheel is here. It feels like divine timing is trying to happen, but because your vibration is lower, because of this lack energy, it's like it can't come in, okay? But let's see what's going on with your person. Premature observations. Okay, so that's interesting. So it feels like this energy between the two of you is in some way premature. And this person knows it. You do not, okay? But the premature observations that this person has had is, they are aware that this connection exists, but they know based on observations that the timing might be off. This person might be acting as 33 as a master teacher to you, okay? You're in the energy of 15, which breaks down to a 6, which is love and harmony. It's like it's all you can think about, okay? You're in that really primal energy of, oh my gosh, I just cannot be without this person. So what is this premature observations about? We've got 10 of Cups. Okay, so this person knows, they know that this is a connection that is supposed to happen. So they are picking up and feeling your sexual energy, but it's, they're in a deeper energy. They're about, complete emotional fulfillment. 10 of Cups is the ultimate. This can be twin flame energy as well. Okay, for some reason, I feel like they have a higher understanding. That might surprise you because I feel like you feel you're pretty far along on your spiritual path, but I feel like this person is one step ahead of you. That usually doesn't come out that way. 10 of Cups, 9 of Swords. So there's something, I feel like this 9 of Swords for them is truly about knowing that they want this to come together as much as you do. But they know I feel like on some spiritual level that it's premature. And it keeps them, I don't feel like they're worried about themselves. I feel like they're worried about you and what your perceptions are of them. They know that this is coming together. And that's why I say that they're, on a maybe one step ahead of you in the spiritual journey. They're worried about you. They know this is not quite yet cooked. It's not quite ready because it's coming underneath the wheel here. And then we've got Queen of Cups. I love the Queen of Cups. So they're doing this out of unconditional love for you, okay? Queen of Cups, 10 of Cups, that is beautiful, beautiful. But they know it's premature. So there might be something that you need to unburden yourself with first before this can come together. There might be something that you need to address in your life. They know intuitively that this can't come together quite yet. They may not even really know why, okay? But because I feel like this person knows that this is in the process of coming together. They might know that they're a spiritual teacher on some level, and they know you have to go through this. And I feel like that's what it is. It's like this energy, this sexual energy, you've got to work your way through that before this can come together. Otherwise, it's going to be just a sexual connection versus the deep emotional, loving connection that this person and you ultimately want. But with this 9 of Swords in here, this person, it's driving them just as crazy. But they know that this is not the right energy to start this with, okay? So the energy that you're sharing, shifting focus or focus shifting, okay? It is. That's what this is about. This person knows that there needs to be a shift in focus from deep sexual desire to a more loving, emotional place. That's what this is about. So where do you need to shift focus? And where does your person need to shift focus? Look at that, 7 of Wands. So there's a stubborn energy for you around this sexual attraction. There's part of you that really likes being in that energy, okay? And I'm not here to say that it's good or bad, all right? But it feels it feels less than this. So what does your person need to do? 5 of Swords. So I feel like your person needs to release the conflict that they feel. 9 of Swords. You know, they need to just let you go through this. They need to let you go through your stubborn energy, your desire, your feeling of lack of this person. It's like it's premature. It's premature. Ultimately, this connection wants to be about love, but right now it's about sex for you, okay? It's about that sexual satisfaction, that sexual energy, and that could ultimately kind of spoil the loving energy that is waiting for you. This person knows you need to work through that. Even if they don't know it in the physical world, they know it in the higher spiritual world, okay? All right. So, Leo, that is what I have for you for the weekend, all right? So, if you are looking for a personal reading, and reach out. A personal reading is definitely very different than the general readings. Even if a general reading feels like you're connecting to it very deeply, it is different. So if you are looking for that, please reach out. We will get you taken care of. Otherwise, I will talk to you next time. All right? All right. Much love.